Hello and welcome to the quick tutorial on how to get spun up creating DLC with my quick DLC tool. There is a more fully featured version that is specifically designed for ShadeTheBat's Awtter, but we will not be covering that. We're just going to be covering the more generic DLC tool, which is stripped down and meant to be as slim as possible for quick usage. So to start off, you're going to be adding it. I'm going to be doing the VCC method to be installing this and utilizing it. Of course, you can do it via Unity package and include the Unity package alongside any DLC that you make for your avatars to go to your community. But if you don't want to do that, that is okay too. This tool is a great way to make sure you have the most updated version of my tool with the most updated links and all that jazz. So first things first, you're going to add it to VCC. You can either do that by clicking this, or you can go to your settings, packages, and then you can click add repository and paste it in here. Once it is added, you'll see Dubby's tools here. And then if you go back to your projects here, and you make a project with whatever Unity version it is. I just have a test project here called Soap Dragon DLC test. You can go into your manage project. You'll see all of the tools listed here. The one that you want to add is DLC tool. You'll want to grab the most recent version from the package manager and then open up your project. So as a creator, something you're going to want to keep in mind when developing is making sure that your DLC is set up and ready to use for my tool. All you have to do is make sure that your animators include only the layers that need to be copied over, your parameters only include the parameters that need to be copied over, and your control also is only the controls that you need to have copied over. There will be a DLC menu that will be created upon the merging, so you do not have to worry about handling the submenu. The tool will automatically handle that. There might be some use cases in which case it might have errors. For those situations, refer to the GitHub to submit any issues. To get to the GitHub, if you would like to do that, you can come back to the VCC listing. You can click on the publisher, then you can go to my GitHub, DLC tool, and you can submit any issues or problems you have by opening a new ticket here. Otherwise, you can also retrieve the latest version Unity package from here as well. Back to the creation of DLC. So what you're going to want to do is I highly recommend double-clicking your prefab for your DLC. You can also do this in the Unity hierarchy window as well. Either way is completely acceptable. You're going to want to add the component. You're going to want to search a DLC. You'll see the one DLC tools.tools. You'll click it. The name of the script is Dub DLC. You can click any of this. You can click this line. It'll take you to a sort of like developer tag. But aside from that, it's pretty much easy from now on. You just drag your FX into your FX layer, drag your menu into your menu, drag parameters into your parameters. Next, any game objects that need to have a location that they're attached to, you need to add that list of the game objects. So in the case of Soap Dragon model here, the bar and the receiver need to go into the head, and the hand soap bar needs to go into the hand. So you will want to set it up by adding to the list. So you can come to the prefab here. You can add to the list the two things you want. I'm going to drag in the avatar prefab so I know what the name of the things are. It is case sensitive, so you need to grab the exact name. I recommend copy and pasting it. Head. And then if you come back to the other one, we need to go to the hand as well. So upper arm, elbow, hand. going to grab that name exactly. We're then going to add another. We're going to paste in. So now we have our two target bones, our head and our hand. So finally, what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Overrides, Apply All, so that this gets applied to our DLC. So now we're going to go back into that individualized prefab mode. We're now going to drag and drop the game objects we want to associate with each of these. So the soap bar is going to the head, soap bar receiver is going to the head, and the hand soap bar is going to the hand. One thing that you also need to keep in mind is to make sure to delete and remove any empty game objects in this list. The final step of the process is something for your community members to utilize, and that is adding the DLC. All they have to do is click and drag the DLC from the folder, click and drag the prefab into the scene, click the prefab, go to the inspector, select which avatar they wish it to add to, and then they just click Add DLC. Everything else will be handled for them. Transferring of the animators will be taken care of, and transferring of all of the VR chat menu parameters will also be taken care of. And that is how to use the DLC tools made by Dubby.